Listen to me. It's time to stop waiting for the blessing to show up and start declaring it over your home. Too many of us are walking around hoping, wishing, waiting for something to change when the power to shift everything is already in your mouth. Your words have power, life and death in the tongue. So today I need you to stand up, speak up, and take authority over your household. I don't care what it looks like right now. I don't care what struggle you're facing. I don't care how long it's been this way. Today, we declare something different. Right now, I want you to say it. My home is blessed. Come on, say it like you mean it. My home is a place of peace, love, and prosperity. No weapon formed against my family will prosper. There is unity in my house. There is joy in my house. There is abundance in my house. You see, the problem is too many of us are letting circumstances dictate what we believe. We let the bills, the arguments, the stress, the noise determine our atmosphere. But you control the atmosphere of your home. You do that with your words. You want peace? Speak it. You want financial breakthrough? Speak it. You want healing? Speak it. You want generational curses to be broken? Speak it. Understand this, when you declare a blessing, you're not just talking about today, you're shifting the future. Your children, your grandchildren, the generations after you, they will walk in the blessing that you declare right now. So I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what's been said. I don't care how long you've been struggling. Today, we draw the line in the sand and say, enough. This house, this family, we are blessed, we are favored, we are victorious. And from this day forward, we will walk in that truth. Your words create your reality. Speak life over your home. Everything in your life is a reflection of what you continuously think, believe, and most importantly, speak. The words that leave your mouth are not just sounds or vibrations. They are declarations that shape your environment, your family, your finances, and your future. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly creating the world around you through the things you say. Too many people underestimate the power of their words. They wake up complaining about their situation, speaking negativity over their homes, their jobs, and their families. They say things like, nothing ever goes right for me. I'm always struggling. My family is a mess, or we'll never get out of this situation. And then they wonder why they stay stuck in the same cycle year after year. It's because their words are reinforcing the very reality they don't want. What you say has the power to give life or bring destruction. Think about a child growing up in a home where they constantly hear, you're a failure, you'll never be successful, you always mess up. Those words begin to take root in their mind, and over time, they start believing it. They start living it out. Now imagine a different child growing up in a home where they hear, you are smart, you are destined for greatness, you have everything you need to succeed. That child will walk differently, talk differently, and approach life with confidence because the words spoken over them created a foundation of belief. Your home is no different. The words you speak within your household set the tone for everything that happens there. If your home is filled with arguments, complaints, and negativity, don't be surprised when stress, tension, and problems become a constant presence. But if your home is filled with words of faith, love, and expectation for better things, you will begin to see transformation in ways you never imagined. There is no such thing as just talking. Every word carries weight. Every sentence you speak is either building up or tearing down. That's why you have to be intentional about what comes out of your mouth, especially when it comes to your home and family. The key is to speak not just what you see, but what you want to see. You may not have peace in your home right now, but you have to declare it anyway. My home is a place of peace. You may be struggling financially, but instead of saying we're broke, you declare our household is blessed and overflowing. Your marriage may be going through challenges, but instead of speaking more division, you declare love and unity are in this house. Some people will hear this and say, but I can't just say things and expect them to change. That's because they're thinking in terms of instant results. Speaking life over your home is not about magic words. It's about setting a new standard, reinforcing a new mindset, and creating a shift in the atmosphere. When you consistently speak life, your actions start aligning with your words. Your faith starts aligning with your words, and over time, the reality of your home begins to change. Even the world understands this principle. In business, leaders don't say, we're failing and we're doomed. No, they speak vision. We are growing, we are expanding, we are successful. Athletes don't go into competition saying, I'm going to lose. They declare victory before they even step onto the field. Why? Because they understand that what you speak shapes what you experience. If this principle works in business and sports, how much more does it work in your home? If you want a home that is filled with peace, love, and abundance, you have to start declaring it now. Stop saying what you don't want and start speaking what you do want. Stop reinforcing the problems and start declaring the solutions. Stop letting your circumstances dictate your words and instead let your words dictate your circumstances. Think about the people who always seem to be surrounded by negativity. They are constantly talking about how bad things are, how nothing ever works out, how life is unfair. And what happens? They keep experiencing more of the same. But then you have those people who always speak life no matter what they're going through. They declare blessings. They speak positivity. They express gratitude even in tough times. And what happens? Over time, their situation shifts. They attract favor. They see breakthroughs and their homes are filled with joy. This is not just positive thinking. It's a biblical principle, a spiritual law, and a mindset shift that changes everything. Your words set the tone for your reality. Your words build the atmosphere of your home. If you don't like what you see in your home right now, the first thing you need to change is what you're speaking over it. Be mindful of what you say, even in frustration. It's easy to complain, to vent, to say things in the heat of the moment that reinforce negativity. But every time you do that, you are planting seeds that will eventually grow into something real. Instead, plant seeds of life. Speak words of encouragement. Declare blessings over your spouse, over your children, over your finances, over your home. Even when things look bad, speak as if they are already changing for the better. When you wake up in the morning, set the tone for your home with your words. Say out loud, this house is blessed. Peace and joy live here. My family is thriving. We are protected. We are favored. Speak it every single day. Watch how things begin to shift. Your home is a reflection of what is consistently spoken over it. If you want to change the atmosphere in your house, it starts with changing your words. Speak life, and life will manifest. Speak blessings, and blessings will follow. Speak victory, and victory will be your reality. Every single day you have a choice. You can either speak blessings into existence or reinforce burdens with your words. The words you speak carry energy, and that energy influences everything around you, your mindset, your emotions, your relationships, and most importantly, the atmosphere of your home. Too many people wake up and immediately start reinforcing their struggles. They roll out of bed saying, I'm so tired. Today's going to be stressful. I never get a break. Something always goes wrong. Without even realizing it, they are shaping their day before it even begins. They are creating an atmosphere of exhaustion, stress, and negativity just by the way they start their morning. And then when things don't go right, they wonder why. It's because they already spoke those burdens into their environment before the day even had a chance to unfold differently. Now think about the person who wakes up and says, today is a blessed day. Everything is working in my favor. I am full of energy. Good things are happening in my life. That person is creating a completely different atmosphere. Even before they leave their bedroom, they are speaking life. And as a result, they will walk into their day expecting good things, and good things will find them. The same principle applies to your home. Your house is not just a physical place. It is an atmosphere. It is a spiritual and emotional environment that is shaped by the words spoken inside of it. If you are constantly complaining about your finances, your marriage, your kids, your job, or your responsibilities, that energy settles into your home. It lingers in the air like a cloud, weighing everything down. But when you speak blessings, when you declare joy, when you call forth abundance, when you express gratitude, that energy shifts. You can tell when you walk into a home that is filled with burdens, there's tension in the air, there's heaviness in the atmosphere. Even if no one is talking, you can feel feel the weight of stress, frustration, and struggle. That doesn't just happen randomly. It happens because of what has been spoken over that home day after day. Now, walk into a home where blessings have been declared. The difference is undeniable. There is peace in the air. There is joy. There is warmth. There is an energy of love. It's not because the people there don't have problems. It's because they refuse to let their problems dictate the atmosphere of their home. You have the power to shift the atmosphere of your home. You don't have to let struggle define the energy in your house. You don't have to let stress and frustration take over. And you don't have to let negativity set the tone. But to change it, you have to be intentional with your words. You have to stop speaking burdens and start declaring blessings. Too many people reinforce their burdens without even realizing it. They say things like, this house is always a mess. We never have enough money. My kids never listen. I'm always stressed out. Nothing ever goes the way I want. And then they wonder why things never improve. It's because they keep reinforcing the very problems they want to change. Every time you speak those burdens, you are strengthening them. You are making them more real. You are giving them more power in your life and in your home. Now imagine if instead of speaking burdens, you started declaring blessings. This home is a place of peace and order. We have more than enough to provide for everything we need. My children are growing, learning, and thriving. I am filled with energy and joy. Doors of opportunity are opening for me every single day. Do you see the difference? One set of words keeps you trapped in struggle. The other set of words calls forth transformation. One drains the energy in your home. The other fills it with power and expectation. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means refusing to let challenges define your environment. It means shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's possible. It means using your voice as a tool to create the home and the life you desire. Think about a thermostat. A thermostat doesn't react to the temperature, it sets the temperature. If a room is too cold, the thermostat doesn't complain about it. It doesn't just sit there and acknowledge the problem. It takes control and changes the temperature. Your words work the same way. If the atmosphere in your home is cold, stressful, or negative, your words are the thermostat that can change it. Every single day, you have to make a decision. Are you going to react to your burdens, or are you going to declare blessings? Are you going to let problems dictate your words, or are you going to let your words dictate your environment? Are you going to keep reinforcing the struggle, or are you going to start calling for solutions? This is why gratitude is so powerful. Gratitude is one of the quickest ways to shift the energy in your home. When you make it a habit to speak gratitude, to declare blessings, to acknowledge the good things in your life, you create an atmosphere where more blessings can flow. Instead of saying, I'm so tired of dealing with all these bills, try saying, I'm grateful that we have everything we need and more is on the way. Instead of saying, my job stresses me out, say, I'm grateful for the opportunities and growth coming my way. Instead of saying, this house is always a mess, say, I'm grateful for a home filled with love and life. It might feel unnatural at first. It might feel strange to speak blessings when things don't look the way you want them to. But this is where faith comes in. Faith is not about waiting until everything looks perfect to speak life. Faith is about declaring what you want to see even before it happens. Faith is about understanding that your words have power and that when you speak blessings, you are planting seeds for change. Every single day, you have the opportunity to shift the atmosphere of your home. Every single day, you have the power to create an environment of peace, joy, and abundance. It starts with what you speak. It starts with the words that leave your mouth. It starts with your decision to declare blessings instead of burdens. Every moment of your life, you are faced with a choice. You can choose to live in faith, believing that blessings, success, and abundance are yours, or you can choose to live in fear, constantly doubting, worrying, and expecting the worst. The reality is that whatever you choose, faith or fear will manifest in your life. Your thoughts, beliefs, and words shape your reality. If you continuously feed your mind and mouth with fear, your life will reflect it. But if you stand firm in faith and speak it boldly, everything around you will begin to align with that faith. Most people don't realize that fear and faith operate in the same way. They both require you to believe in something that hasn't happened yet. Fear makes you expect negative outcomes, while faith makes you expect positive ones. Fear convinces you that you will fail before you even try. It tells you that your situation will never change, that things will always be hard, that you will never have enough. Fear keeps you stuck, paralyzed by what ifs and worst case scenarios. But faith moves mountains. Faith says, even though I don't see it yet, I believe it is coming. Faith says, I don't have to know how, it's already done. Faith says, my home is blessed, my family is covered, my future is bright. The problem is that many people spend more time feeding their fears than strengthening their faith. They let their fears dictate their words. And in doing so, they invite those fears to become their reality. They say things like, I'll never get out of this financial struggle. I'm afraid things will never get better. I always have bad luck. My family will never change. I'm scared I won't succeed. And what happens? Their words become their reality, not because life is against them, but because they have spoken fear into existence instead of faith. Every time you declare something in fear, you are giving it permission to take root in your life. Fear thrives on repetition. The more you speak it, the stronger it grows. The more you dwell on it, the more power it gains. Fear grows when you focus on what's wrong instead of believing in what's possible. Faith works the same way, but in the opposite direction. The more you speak faith, the stronger it becomes. The more you declare victory, the more your life shifts in that direction. Just like fear, faith requires belief in the unseen, but the difference is that faith brings hope, peace, and strength, while fear brings anxiety, stress, and limitation. You cannot have faith and speak fear at the same time. You cannot believe for blessings while constantly speaking burdens. You cannot expect abundance while always talking about lack. You cannot hope for peace in your home while filling the air with complaints, arguments, and negativity. The two cannot coexist. If you truly want to see change, you have to make a decision, faith or fear. When you speak faith, you shift the atmosphere. When you declare faith, you open doors. When you stand in faith, you move in expectation instead of doubt. Imagine waking up every morning and instead of letting fear control your thoughts, you immediately declare, today is a day of favor and success. Everything I need is already on its way to me. My home is blessed, peaceful, and full of love. My children are protected and destined for greatness. My finances are increasing and opportunities are opening. When you start speaking faith, you stop reacting to life's problems and start creating solutions. Fear makes you reactive. It makes you wait for bad things to happen. Faith makes you proactive. It makes you take control of your destiny. Faith allows you to see beyond your current circumstances and believe in something greater. It shifts your mindset from struggle to expectation, from worry to confidence, from doubt to certainty. Look at the most successful, joyful, and fulfilled people. They don't let fear run their lives. They don't allow negativity to take over their homes. They speak victory even when things don't look perfect. They declare faith even when the odds seem against them. And because of that, their reality shifts to match their belief. You have to train yourself to do the same. Every time fear creeps in, replace it with faith. Every time doubt tries to take over, speak victory instead. Every time you feel like saying something negative, say something powerful instead. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means choosing to create a new one with your words and beliefs. Fear will tell you to settle, to play it safe, to expect less. Faith will tell you to push forward, to dream bigger, to believe in more. Fear will tell you to accept things as they are. Faith will tell you that things can and will change. Fear will keep you in cycles of lack, frustration, and limitation. Faith will break those cycles and open new doors. If you've been letting fear control your words, your home, and your future, it's time to make a shift. It's time to declare faith over your finances, faith over your relationships, faith over your health, faith over your success. Speak faith daily. Speak it even when it doesn't look like anything is changing. Speak it when doubt tries to creep in. Speak it until your words become stronger than your fears. You will always manifest what you believe and speak. If you want to see different results in your life, it starts with shifting from fear to faith. It starts with taking control of your words and using them to build instead of destroy. It starts with deciding every single day that faith will be the foundation of your life, not fear. What you speak today doesn't just affect you, it affects the generations that come after you. The words you release into your home don't disappear after you say them. They take root, they shape mindsets, and they create realities that extend beyond your own life. Too many people think their words only impact the moment, but in reality, they are planting seeds that will grow long after they are gone. Think about the environment you grew up in. Think about the things that were spoken over you as a child. Were they words of encouragement, words that built confidence, words that made you feel like you could achieve anything? Or were they words of limitation, words that instilled fear, words that made you doubt yourself before you even had a chance to try? The words spoken in your home shaped how you saw yourself and the world around you. If you were constantly told that money was always going to be a struggle, you likely grew up with the mindset of scarcity. If you heard phrases like, "That's just the way life is," or "people like us don't get opportunities," then you probably developed a belief system that kept you from reaching beyond what you saw in front of you. But here's the truth. Just because negative words were spoken over you doesn't mean you have to continue that cycle. You have the power to break it. You have the power to change the narrative for the generations that follow you. What you declare in your home today will determine what your children believe about themselves tomorrow. What you speak in your household now will echo in your family line for decades. You can choose to continue patterns of doubt, fear, and limitation, or you can choose to establish a new foundation of faith, confidence, and abundance. There are too many people walking around today living under the weight of words that were spoken over them years ago. They were told they weren't good enough, and now they struggle with self-worth. They were told they would never be successful, and now they sabotage their own success because deep down, they don't believe they deserve it. They were told that love is painful and unstable, and now they struggle in relationship. They were told that life is hard and unfair, and now they expect hardship instead of opportunity. Words are powerful. Once they are spoken, they don't disappear. They take root in the mind and heart, shaping thoughts, behaviors, and expectations. And that's why it is so important to be intentional about what you speak in your home. You are not just speaking into the present. You are speaking into the future. If you want your children to grow up with confidence, you have to speak confidence into them. If you want them to believe they are capable, strong, and worthy, you have to declare it over them every single day. If you want them to walk in faith instead of fear, you have to model that faith in the way you speak. Your declarations become their inner voice. Your words become their beliefs. The way you speak about life, success, love, and money will shape how they approach those things. This isn't just about children. It's about anyone who comes after you, your siblings, your nieces and nephews, your grandchildren, even the people in your community who look up to you. You may not even realize it, but your words are leaving an imprint on everyone who hears them. Every time you speak doubt, you give doubt permission to grow in someone else. Every time you speak fear, you reinforce fear in the minds of those listening. But every time you speak faith, you inspire faith. Every time you declare abundance, you open the door for others to believe in more. Every time you speak love, you strengthen the foundation of love for generations to come. You have to ask yourself, what kind of legacy am I leaving with my words? Am I speaking blessings that will carry forward, or am I reinforcing burdens that will keep my family stuck? Am I setting the next generation up for success by declaring victory, or am I passing down a mindset of struggle and limitation? You may come from a family that never spoke words of encouragement. You may come from a background where negativity was the norm. You may have grown up in an environment where people only spoke about survival, not success. But you don't have to continue that cycle. You have the power to shift it. You have the power to start something new. Your words can be the turning point for your entire family line. Start speaking life into your home. Start declaring success, not just for yourself, but for everyone who comes after you. Start saying things like, in this family, we are blessed and favored. We break every generational curse and walk in generational blessings. Abundance flows through this household for generations to come. We are a family of love, strength, and purpose. Every child in this house will grow up with confidence and faith. When you declare these things, you are not just speaking empty words. You are creating a foundation that will last long after you are gone. You are shifting the energy in your home. You are changing the trajectory of your family. You are setting a new standard for what is possible. This is how generational wealth is built. Not just financial wealth, but mental, emotional, and spiritual wealth. It starts with breaking the cycle of negative speech. It starts with refusing to let old patterns of doubt and fear continue in your household. It starts with choosing to speak in a way that builds, empowers, and strengthens. Think about the stories of families who rise above their circumstances, who break through barriers, who achieve greatness despite all odds. It almost always starts with someone who refuses to accept the limitations placed on them, someone who dares to believe in more, someone who speaks differently, who declares a different future, who shifts the culture of their family. That person can be you. You can be the one who changes everything simply by choosing to speak differently. It doesn't matter what has been spoken in the past. It matters what you speak now. It doesn't matter what has been passed down through generations of struggle. What matters is the legacy you decide to create. Your declarations today are the seeds of your family's future. Your words are the foundation on which generations will stand. Make sure that foundation is built on faith, strength, and abundance. Every single day you have a decision to make about the atmosphere in your home. Is your home going to be a place of faith, joy, and peace? Or is it going to be a place of frustration, stress, and negativity? The truth is, whatever you allow will dominate. If you allow frustration to take over, it will spread like wildfire. If you allow doubt, anger, and complaints to set the tone, they will create an atmosphere that drains you, your family, and anyone who enters your home. But if you make the decision to establish your home as a place of faith, everything shifts. Frustration is one of the biggest tools the enemy uses to disrupt peace in your home. It starts with little things. Someone left a mess in the kitchen. Someone didn't do what they were supposed to. An unexpected bill comes in. Plans don't go the way you want it. At first, it's just a little irritation, but before you know it, frustration has built up, and now the atmosphere in your home is tense. One person's mood affects the entire house. Arguments start over things that don't even matter. The energy in the home shifts from peace to stress, and before you realize it, your home becomes a place people want to escape instead of a place people want to be. You have to take authority over that. You have to recognize when frustration is trying to creep into your home and shut it down immediately. Your home is supposed to be a sanctuary, a place of safety, a place where you and your family can recharge, grow, and be uplifted. It cannot be a place where frustration rules. It cannot be a place where negativity lingers in the air like a dark cloud. You have to make a decision that your home will be a place of faith, and that means choosing to respond to situations differently. When things go wrong, don't react with frustration. Respond with faith. Instead of complaining, declare blessings. Instead of getting irritated, take a deep breath and shift the atmosphere with your words. Speak peace over your home. Speak solutions instead of problems. Speak gratitude instead of complaints. Frustration cannot survive in an atmosphere of faith. When you establish faith as the foundation of your home, every challenge is met with the understanding that God is in control, that solutions exist, and that no situation is bigger than his power. Some people are so used to frustration that they don't even realize how much it has taken over their home. Every day they wake up already expecting stress. They are on edge before anything even happens. They walk into their house and immediately feel drained instead of refreshed. But that is not how it's supposed to be. Your home is supposed to be a place where you feel strengthened, where your spirit is renewed, where love and joy are the dominant forces. And that starts with what you allow, what you speak, and what you focus on. If frustration has been running your home, you have to break that cycle. Start by shifting how you speak about your home and the people in it. If you've been saying things like, this house is always chaotic, I'm always stressed here, or nobody listens in this home, you have to stop and change those declarations. Instead, say, this home is a place of peace. I am full of joy and strength in this house. My family is blessed and we work together in harmony. It might feel strange at first because you're speaking things that you don't fully see yet, but that's how faith works. You have to declare it before you experience it. The reason so many people stay stuck in cycles of frustration is that they don't realize they have the power to change the atmosphere. They think their emotions are just a reaction to what's happening around them. But the truth is, their emotions are being fueled by what they are focusing on. If you focus on everything is wrong, your frustration will grow. If you focus on solutions, blessings, and faith, your peace will grow. It's all about what you choose to magnify. Think about it. When you magnify something, it doesn't actually get bigger. It just becomes bigger in your sight. If you spend all day thinking about what's wrong, that's what will feel the biggest. If you spend all day focusing on what's good, then goodness will feel bigger. That's why you have to be intentional about what you focus on in your home. If something goes wrong, don't let it consume your entire mood. If someone upsets you, don't let that frustration set the tone for your whole day. Take control of the atmosphere by choosing to magnify faith instead of frustration. One of the best ways to do this is by filling your home with words of faith. Play uplifting music. Listen to messages that build your spirit. Write affirmations and declarations and put them where you can see them. Speak life over your home every single day. Don't just wait until things feel bad. Start declaring blessings over your home while things are good. Don't just pray when things go wrong. Pray every single day and establish a foundation of faith in your home. Another key to maintaining faith over frustration is gratitude. Gratitude shifts everything. You cannot be deeply grateful and deeply frustrated at the same time. If you feel frustration rising up in your home, stop and take a moment to be grateful. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, start listing everything that's right. If you're irritated because the house is messy, shift your focus and say, I'm grateful we have a home filled with life. If you're stressed about money, declare, I'm grateful for every blessing we have and more is on the way. If you're upset with your family, say, I'm grateful for the love and growth we share. Gratitude cancels frustration. It forces your mind to shift from problems to possibilities. Your home must be a place where faith is louder than frustration. That doesn't mean you'll never have problems, but it does mean that problems won't have power over you. It means that no matter what happens, you respond with the understanding that you are in control of the atmosphere in your home. You set the tone. You decide what kind of energy fills the space. And when you choose faith, everything shifts. Frustration doesn't have to be the default setting in your home. Stress doesn't have to be normal. Negativity doesn't have to be the foundation. But for things to change, you have to make a decision to take control of the atmosphere. You have to decide that your home will be a place of faith, peace, and joy. You have to commit to speaking life, even when things don't feel perfect. This isn't just about making your home feel better. It's about making your home a place where you and your family can grow, thrive, and become everything you are meant to be. When your home is filled with faith instead of frustration, you make room for miracles. When your home is filled with faith Instead of frustration, you create an environment where love, success, and peace can flourish. It starts with a decision. It starts with what you choose to speak. It starts with you declaring that from this day forward, your home will be a place of faith, not frustration. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that declaring blessings over their home is a one-time thing. They say it once, they pray over their house one time, and then they go back to their usual habits, their usual words, and their usual mindset. And when nothing changes, they wonder why. They assume the blessing didn't work, or they think maybe their situation is just too difficult to shift. But what they don't realize is that blessings are not a one-time event. They are a lifestyle. They require consistency, repetition, and a commitment to keeping your home covered in faith and positivity. You wouldn't eat one healthy meal and expect your body to be fit forever. You wouldn't go to the gym once and expect to be in shape for life. You wouldn't plant a seed, walk away, and never water it, expecting it to grow into a strong tree. The same is true with the words you speak over your home. If you want to see lasting change, you have to make it a daily practice. You have to commit to declaring blessings over your home, over your family, and over your future every single day. This is where a lot of people struggle. They speak faith when they feel inspired, but as soon as life gets difficult, they go right back to speaking fear, doubt, and frustration. They start strong, but they don't maintain it. They let their emotions dictate their words instead of letting their words dictate their emotions. And that's why they stay stuck in cycles of negativity. They haven't made faith a habit. They haven't trained themselves to speak life, even when things don't look good. They haven't developed a discipline to keep declaring blessings even when challenges arise. You have to understand that your words are seeds. Every time you declare a blessing over your home, you are planting a seed of peace, abundance, and protection. But just like with any seed, you have to water it. You have to nurture it. You have to keep speaking it, keep believing it, and keep reinforcing it until it takes root and grows into something tangible. Too many people give up too soon. They start speaking blessings, but when they don't see immediate results, they go right back to old habits. They let frustration creep in. They start questioning if it's even working. They think, I've been speaking peace, but my home still feels chaotic. Or I've been declaring financial increase, but I'm still struggling. And because they don't see the change immediately, they stop declaring it. But what they don't realize is that blessings work like seeds. You don't see the growth right away. The roots are forming beneath the surface before anything becomes visible. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it's not happening. This is why you have to be relentless about speaking blessings over your home. You can't do it once and expect everything to shift overnight. You have to make it a habit. You have to do it every morning, every night, and throughout the day. You have to declare blessings when you wake up, when you walk through your house, when you sit down for meals, when you get ready for bed. It has to become part of your lifestyle. And this isn't just about words, it's about action too. You can't just speak blessings over your home. You have to live in a way that aligns with those blessings. You can't declare peace over your home, but then fill it with constant arguing and negativity. You can't speak financial increase over your life, but then keep making poor financial decisions. You can't ask for favor and success, but then refuse to put in the work required to receive it. Your actions must match your words. If you want your home to be a place of peace, you have to create an atmosphere that reflects that. You have to be intentional about what you allow into your space. The conversations, the entertainment, the energy, it all matters. You can't fill your home with gossip, complaining, and stress, and then wonder why it doesn't feel peaceful. You have to be mindful of the words spoken, the music played, and the attitudes allowed in your house. If it doesn't contribute to the blessing, it doesn't belong. You also have to be aware of the people you allow to influence your home. Some people carry negativity, and if you let them bring that energy into your house, it can disrupt the atmosphere you're trying to build. That doesn't mean you have to cut people off completely, but it does mean you have to set boundaries. If someone is always speaking doubt, drama, or negativity, You have to protect your space. You have to make it clear that your home is a place of faith, not fear, a place of peace, not chaos, a place of growth, not limitation. Another key to maintaining blessings over your home is gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to keep the atmosphere of your home aligned with faith. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your mindset from lack to abundance. You reinforce the blessings that are already present, which in turn attracts even more blessings. When you wake up, take a moment to thank God for your home, no matter what state it's in. Thank Him for the roof over your head, for the people in your life, for the opportunities ahead. Gratitude keeps your heart and home open to even greater blessings. It's also important to involve your family in this process. If you want your home to be covered in blessings, everyone in the house should be part of that effort. Teach your children to speak life over themselves and their future. Encourage your spouse to declare blessings over your marriage and household. Make it a family habit to pray together, to speak faith together, to remind each other of the promises you're standing on. When everyone in the house is aligned with the same purpose, the power of those blessings multiplies. And don't stop when things get better. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they only need to speak blessings when they are struggling. But that's not how it works. You don't just declare victory when you need it. You declare it even when things are good, so they stay good. You don't stop working out when you get in shape. You keep going so you don't lose progress. The same goes for your home. Keep speaking faith even when life is smooth. Keep declaring blessings even when things are going well. Keep reinforcing the foundation of faith so that when challenges do arise, your home is already strong enough to withstand them. The commitment to blessing your home is lifelong. It's not just something you do in hard times. It's not just something you do when you feel like it. It's something you do daily without fail because you understand that your words create your reality. Your declarations set the tone. Your faith determines the atmosphere. And when you commit to continuously blessing your home, you will see the transformation unfold before your eyes.